There's a dangerous thing about confidence. It whispers. It puts a hand on your shoulder and tells you you've heard enough, watched enough, scrolled enough to survive anything the wild throws at you. But out there, confidence without truth is a trapdoor. And too many myths, some born on movie sets, some passed down like campfire folklore, are waiting to ambush anyone who believes them. So today, we're cracking them open. No sugarcoating, no romantic outdoorsy fantasies, just the kind of clarity World War II scouts relied on when a single wrong move meant lights out. This is Legacy of Survival, and these are 8 survival myths that can do more damage than the danger you're trying to escape. Cutting a snakebite to suck out the venom. This myth has survived longer than the reptiles themselves. Movies taught people that venom behaves like spilled water soaking into cloth, that if you cut the bite and vacuum it out, you'll magically reverse biology. What you actually do is tear your own tissue, risk serious infection, and speed up blood vessel injury. Venom spreads fast through the lymphatic system, not like juice waiting in a puddle under your skin. Even elite medics during World War II carried no such protocol. Their focus was immobilization, calming the victim to slow the heart rate and getting them to proper antivenom. The modern equivalent is the same. Keep the person still, keep the limb low, and get help. Every other hack you've seen belongs in the world of fiction. Rubbing 2 sticks together for fire anytime you want. Technically possible? Yes. Realistically usable for survival? Almost never. The friction fire myth is the grandfather of overconfidence. People imagine they'll crouch under a tree, summon sparks like ancient magicians, and survive the night. What actually happens is blistered hands, soaked materials, and time wasted while the cold eats away at body heat. Even experienced bushcrafters admit it requires perfectly dry wood, the right type of wood, practice technique, oxygen control, and a rhythm your muscles only get after hours of training. Soldiers in World War II didn't rely on primitive methods unless forced. They carried matches, lighters, flint, cotton, or fuel tabs. Fire is life, and life deserves redundancy. Always pack a fire source, and a backup, and another backup. Drinking raw water from a stream because it looks clear. Clear doesn't mean clean. The most dangerous organisms in wild water are invisible. Bacteria, parasites, microscopic threats that turn your body into a battlefield within hours. Diarrhea, dehydration, fever. Now you're weaker than the environment and losing time fast. During World War II, armies didn't trust clear water either. They carried purification tablets, boiled water relentlessly, and treated every stream like a potential enemy. Your survival mindset should be the same. Boil it, filter it, treat it, but never trust a peaceful-looking stream. Nature doesn't label its hazards. Following birds or animals to find water. Now, that's nature's version of believing treasure maps are found in old bookshelves. Wildlife movement is just too random, too instinct-driven, and honestly too specialized. Birds aren't pointing you towards salvation. Animals aren't wandering along convenient paths of hydration. Many species actually get moisture from food alone, and some travel distances humans just can't endure. A desperate person shadowing them burns energy and time, 2 currencies you really cannot afford to waste. The real method is understanding terrain. Water flows downhill, gathers in low basins, hides in vegetation density, and pools around bends in canyons. It's geography, not guesswork, that leads you to water. Sleeping in a bear's den for warmth. Well, this one feels like a myth carved out of fearless folklore, the kind of thing campfire storytellers invented just to impress each other. But reality is far less cinematic. Even an empty den is a bad idea. Predators return to familiar shelters. Scents linger. If the original occupant doesn't come back, other animals might. You're basically setting up your sleeping bag in someone else's bedroom with the door wide open and your scent announcing you like an invitation. World War II survival guides warned soldiers not to use high-traffic animal shelters, not because they feared bears specifically, but because anything territorial becomes unpredictable. If you need shelter, build one. Don't borrow one. Eating plants because animals eat them. This might be the deadliest myth of all. People see a deer nibbling some leaves and, well, they assume it's a green light for human consumption. But animals digest differently, metabolize toxins differently, and have instincts humans just do not. Many plants safe for wildlife will shut down your organs, trigger nerve damage, or poison your bloodstream. Survivors in World War II learned this the brutal way, avoiding unfamiliar vegetation unless properly identified. The rule hasn't changed. If you're not trained in edible plant identification, don't gamble. Plants don't negotiate. One handful of the wrong leaf, and you become your own medical emergency. Using moss to find north. Moss doesn't care about your sense of direction. It doesn't grow exclusively on the north side of trees. It grows where moisture lives, on any side, at any height, on rocks, logs, or whatever holds humidity. If you treat moss like a compass, you're basically letting random biology steer your fate. Soldiers during World War II relied on shadows, stars, compasses, and terrain tracking, not on vegetation's mood swings. If you're disoriented, use the position of the sun, the pattern of shadows, or the landscape's natural flow. Anything but moss. Playing dead during every animal attack. Hollywood made this one nearly immortal. People think play dead is a universal defense. It isn't. It only applies in a very specific situation with a very specific animal. A defensive grizzly that sees you as a threat, not prey. Play dead for a black bear, and you turn yourself into a soft, quiet meal. Run from a defensive bear, and you trigger pursuit. Fight back against the wrong species, and you escalate. Survival isn't just about courage, it's about correct reactions, and correct reactions change by species. The myth is the problem because it gives people a false universal script. Animal encounters require knowledge, not theatrics. Know the species before you decide the move. The wild isn't out to get you, but it won't save you either. Nature rewards accuracy, not bravado. The soldiers, scouts and survivors who walked into hostile terrain during World War II understood something that modern adventurers sometimes forget. Skills matter. Knowledge matters. And myths, well, myths are just traps with good marketing. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that subscribe button to keep Legacy of Survival growing. Share this video with anyone who loves history, the outdoors, or wants to be ready when the world stops playing nice. Your support keeps this channel alive.